I shall be. Oh, let me grab my water real fast. It's right here. There it is. Okay. Good to go.
Wait, there's no catch?
I know. I was waiting for the...
Oh, no, not this week, guys.
Nope.
This week I'm all good.
Watered down, restroomed up, ready to roll, huh? Okay.
Okay, then. Welcome to Hardcore Casuals, episode 10. Double digits!
Oh, shit.
The X.
We are excited, as always. And I am Jen.
Absolutely.
And I have Ben and Josh and Dan.
Hello there. Hi, hey.
Hello? Whatever that sound was.
I don't know what that was.
Episode 10, guys. That's impressive. I'm proud of us.
Ben was just putting down his dumbbells, getting all buff for this episode.
No, that was my spoon from my ice cream bowl.
Hey,
The
however you do your
dumbbells.
however you do your curls, I don't know. I just half expected that noise in there for a second.
My reverse workout.
Look, it's hard work lifting the spoon from the bowl to your mouth. That's
what negative lifting is, right?
Yeah, it's working on hand-eye coordination.
There you go.
All I
Gotta
can think of is
exercise
that
your brain.
Family Guy episode with Stewie. Dang you, ice cream, get in my mouth.
If ever there was an appropriate sound for that moment. All right. So we're going to start with what we're playing. And I don't know who's going first. Who wants to go first?
I have bunches, because I decided to play all of the demos.
Let's make Josh go last.
Yay!
Well, I'll go first then, because I'm only playing Destiny. So I've been going hardcore. Finally made it to 305 power, power level. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been quite a journey. It's actually been really fun. So, I mean, I can't complain. I'm looking forward to Iron Banner tomorrow. And I think, the Prestige, the Nightfall got delayed. So that's going to be
pushed back by a week.
Oh, a week.
Raid, you mean. Raid.
Oh, what did I say?
Nightfall.
You said Nightfall, but it's okay.
Oh my gosh. Well, that is the last hurdle for me, at least, is that Nightfall Prestige. It's so damn hard.
You were just super excited about the Iron Banana.
Oh no! Son of a bitch! How dare you?
Yes.
But yeah, that's my weekly report, I guess. I mean, I wanted to try Divinity again because Divinity 2 is just knocking it out of the park, apparently, and it's something that hopefully we'll get to discuss sometime soon. The tactical RPG-ness, but
Tactical RPG.
Any update with the?
I'm not sure where I was going with that, but it sounds pretty awesome.
Sounds like a
slightly phallic.
Yeah.
What that can go into our T-shirt line now. I think we come up with a T-shirt every episode. So tactical RPG-ness.
Yeah, that's nerd porn right there.
There it is.
I rolled a 20 with my tactical RPG-ness.
The funny thing is, on my Vita, I actually have a folder on it called Vintage RPG Porn.
Jeez.
Oh god.
But in other news,
yeah. So Ben, no Pokemon runnings here. No update on the Pokemon.
Oh, you
run?
know what? No, we haven't. My son and I haven't really been whipping out the Pokemon recently. Well, partly because I got one of those awful red screens that say we've detected illegal activity on your account, and I was like, I'm going to take a break for a bit. Let's fly under the radar for a few days here, son. The Pokemon they're not too keen on playing with us right now. I think they're sleeping.
What did you do?
No, I've just been spoofing, like, with him, like when he wakes up in the morning or something, or right before nap, we'll we'll go to some exotic country like Spain or somewhere in South America. Try to catch some, region-specific Pokemon. So it's been pretty interesting.
Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like that at all.
Oh no, they don't. They don't.
You get your exotic engram of Pokemon there, did you?
Exactly. My weekly flashpoints in every single country, pretty much. But yeah, that's been pretty much my my gaming agenda has been Destiny. So
just make sure you don't get hit by a banhammer in Destiny, because then you're really screwed.
Oh my god. Well, I'm not doing anything illegal there, I don't think.
That we know of, anyway. Okay.
Well, as long as you don't get For Honored with your Iron Banana armor coming out, you might be...
Oh, dude, that's so true, man. That banana armor looks exactly like the For Honor stuff. It's awesome, though. Especially the Titan. I'm excited for that set.
Yeah, the Warlock one looks good, too, but I don't know which one I'm going to play the most for that.
Jen was sad she didn't have big horns on her helmet.
Why is it? Why? Do I have to be a hunter and not have horns? Like, why can't I have horns? Even little horns.
I mean, you should just pick a better class, I'm just saying.
Shut up. Shut up.
Don't hate on hunters. I love my hunter.
Hunter is the best. It's just that we don't get to have all the pointy, spiky horn things, is all. Which makes me sad.
Mind you, we don't need them if we have an Orpheus rig, so...
I still have yet to use it.
You have unlimited supers.
You haven't used it yet? Oh my gosh.
I haven't.
There's just all sorts of horrible going on here when you're talking about something that sounds oddly close to orifice and horns. I'm just going to leave that out there.
Some horns on your orifice rig.
Yes.
Hey, we're charting into RPG-ness territory here.
Oh, well, I think we're
it's
charting into. I think we're just knee deep in it at this point.
Hey-o!
So anyway, Dan, what are you playing?
Well, needless to say, Destiny 2 has been my main one as well. I'm at 304, not quite 305 yet, but loving every minute of it so far. Looking forward to Iron Banana as well. Try that out. Prestige raid, I'm not sure about, because we'll see just how much the mechanics change, because I'm kind of not all that keen on the idea of grinding an entire night on one boss. For what they're saying, at least, is just cosmetic rewards. The gear won't be changing all that much. There's nothing that exclusive about it, and they're pretty much saying this not for everyone. So I guess we'll see how our raid does with it.
Said that. But apparently it's just cosmetic, right? There's no power increase at all, no level increase, nothing.
That's okay. I mean, I feel like the way that they've been shifting a little bit more towards casual, friendly stuff, it should just be an aesthetic thing to show your status versus anything else. I mean, it kind of fits and makes sense to me anyway. But enough about just Destiny. I've also been playing... I caved and ended up getting a Super NES Classic the day that they went live here in Quebec, because I don't know if... For those who weren't paying attention a couple of episodes ago, they weren't supposed to come out here at all. And 2 weeks before launch, they announced that, in fact, they were going to come here because apparently the language law or whatever blocked its initial sale. They made an exception for it. So when they went live...
Oh, it was an exception? They didn't change the packaging?
No, the packaging does have French on it, but I think it was because Star Fox 2 didn't have any French on it because it was unreleased that may have been the problem. No one actually went out and confirmed what the reason was. But long story short, I got lucky on Best Buy's website when they went live at like 12 noon that day and managed to get one.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So playing that with a kid.
Lucky for your kid, yeah, right?
Oh yeah, I mean he tried to play it, and just like his mom, he gets frustrated if he's not good at something when it comes to games, so he won't play it. Like he's not at that age yet where he's willing to try it out and learn it. Right. So he'll just watch me play it and say that, oh yeah, we beat Super Macho Man in Punch Out. So nice. Yeah, we've had fun, discovering a lot of the classics that I grew up with that I think he's kind of geeking out over too. So it's a fun little bonding moment, play for 15 minutes at a time. And aside from that, I've been playing Cuphead. I picked it up on Steam on Friday after giving into the hype. It's unfortunately just an Xbox and PC exclusive, but it is so much fun. It's pretty much, I'd say, if you like Mega Man at all, it's for you. It's got that whole pattern boss encounter thing. It's somewhat unforgiving. A lot of people say very much unforgiving, but I haven't found it too tough so far. Mind you, I'm only through the first world. But it's a lot of fun. Like the retro look, retro feel, retro aspect of the game is really striking a chord with me.
No,
Yeah,
you
I
were
like
saying in our other chats, you were saying that the animation in that is all hand drawn?
All handmade from what I understand. I haven't read up.
Oh wow! I remember you said that.
Yeah, it's got that 1930s animation look, like anything like Mighty Mouse or the old Disney stuff. It's really.
I was going to say when I saw the screenshots, it looks like Disney. Old, yeah, Jen, that one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, the soundtrack is amazing too. It's a lot, very tongue in cheek. Some of the lyrics are pretty funny. But if you have something that you can play it on, definitely check it out or watch a Let's Play or something.
I might have to do that. I saw what you had posted, and it looked interesting, but I'm like, I don't know.
Well, and the other thing is, it's only $20, so I mean, it's pretty cheap for a new release.
That's true. I mean, it's not as cheap as Fishing Planet, but
yes,
true that.
Yeah, but there's no $100 DLC with it either.
No Cuphead combat or anything like that.
No.
It does look good.
Cuphead catfish combat.
I will probably wait for it to eventually be on a sale at some point.
Yeah, I could have. I did something similar to that. I actually forgot that I had a bunch of those trading cards that you get on Steam that I still like. I wouldn't be able to explain what they actually do, but people pay 10, 15, 20 cents for them. And I had 50 something saved up, so I started just selling them all, and the game ended up costing me less than $10. So it's pretty much as if it went on sale.
Oh.
So if you have those trading cards on your Steam account, see if any of them are worth anything. Because if you're just like me and don't give a crap, people will buy them.
That is so weird to me.
Amen.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They'll also buy,
here you go. Here's a coupon.
They'll also buy Szechuan packets for $2,000 a piece.
Good Lord.
The world is a strange place.
I don't even know where to find those things on my Steam account, actually.
They should be, I think if you hit the marketplace button, you'll see what you have and what you're able to sell, and you can see how much they're going for right now.
Marketplace button.
Or your inventory. I think there's two ways you can get to it. Either the marketplace or your own personal inventory. You'll have all these trading cards for the games that you've played.
Oh, well, look at those.
Well, there you go. There's your gold mine.
Now, Dan, do you know, are there any plans to bring this to the PS4 anytime soon?
From what I know, it's an exclusive. I don't know if it's a timed exclusive. I haven't looked into it, but I'll take a look and check in if I see anything positive for PS4 players.
Right on, yeah.
Oh, you have to tell it how much you want for it?
Yeah, it's kind of like listing on eBay. There's a lot of, I don't know how it works, if it's bots that can automatically buy them or it's people that say that they will automatically buy it at a certain price. So, I was able to flush out 50 of them within an hour. Huh. It was just listing them that took the most time. But a lot of them sold instantly, or if they didn't, I'd knock them down below that threshold so they would.
Well then, in as much as I would like to sit here and do that, I will not.
No, or you can just bend it and get a Super NES and sell it for $1 bajillion. Or four of them.
Oh my goodness. I don't know anybody
way to call
like
me
that.
out, Dan. God.
Hey, no, that's a win. That's a win. I'm not calling you out. I would have done the same thing.
Ironically, didn't call you out until you just admitted it. So you did that one yourself.
I'm not even calling him out. I'm calling him an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm doing it all for my baby. So it's all in that honor, or that reason, rather.
A noble cause.
Yes,
I like it.
Diapers ain't cheap, right?
Hashtag diapers ain't cheap.
I'm not judging you out loud.
I know. You're silently judging me. I can feel it. It's palpable.
It's okay. Me applauding you cancels out her judgment.
Yeah,
so.
seriously.
I really don't, to the core of myself, do not care. If that's what you gotta do. If I had extras, I would probably do that too.
The judging, it does seem substantial.
Yeah, right? You can totally, that tone. Oh gosh.
What are you even talking about?
I need to hide.
I just wanted to use another word that was palpable, just because.
Is this like me throwing out ostentatious in the chat the other day and getting a bunch of shit for it?
Party foul.
Hey, come on now, Jen.
Ostentatious.
Oh my God, I had that moment the other day where I said something and my 2-year-old was like, party foul, and I was like, no.
What, your 2-year-old said that?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so amazing.
My head whipped around like, oh hell, I gotta start watching what I'm saying now.
Squad goals right there. The best I can get my kids to do is go like, silly daddy or silly mommy. You're just at a whole other level.
Yeah, you gotta work them in here early.
Today, my youngest actually was repeating after me and saying, "Yeah, boy." So that was pretty good. That was amazing.
It is a good thing I do not have children, because can you imagine the thing?
Judging by your needs.
They'd just be singing Final Fantasy music the entire time.
Either that or your encounter with a captain. I'd be worried about what would happen in traffic. And speaking of Jen in traffic and horrible comments, what are you playing, Jen?
Oh, well then we'll get to.
I mean, if Dan was done, that is. I'm sorry.
Or even if I wasn't done, I want to hear what's next. But yes, I am done.
Well, I'm not going to start with that because it's going to lead into yours. But
that's what she said.
Hey.
I think. I'm not sure.
I've been playing Destiny 2, obviously. I am also 305 on my Hunter. Best class. Hunter class is best class. Oh, thank you. My adoring fans.
Humble brag.
Not humble.
Yes, hell.
Oh, God.
Don't make me do it.
Waits patiently.
Hashtag waits patiently. There it is. Interrupted.
Anyway. It never gets old.
It's the pause. It's the break between those two phrases that gets me.
It never gets old.
I wanna like video of your face when you're doing that. Dude. That's gotta be priceless.
I think they're adding video chat to Discord sometime soon, so we'll see. Maybe we'll make that happen.
Oh, nice.
There was actually an update.
If I have many more beers before doing this.
All right.
Sorry for the interruption. Back to Jen.
So, Destiny 2. And mostly, I have been playing Stardew Valley. Now,
Sorry.
Oh, excitement.
Sorry. There we go. I'm
Choking on some Stardew.
Continue, sorry.
God, I can't even.
I wish you could see my face right now. Are you okay?
Yeah. Just my trying to say something and drinking at the same time kind of thing. Stardew Valley. Tell us about it, Jen.
Again, Stardew Valley. So, it's been available on Steam for quite a while now, and then it's also on PS4, and they finally gave it to me on Switch last week. I think it was Thursday that it actually came out. And now I can actually say that I have bought a second game for my Switch.
Nice.
It's the first time in months that I've turned that thing on.
Zelda's the first one.
Yep.
Nice.
I think
Did you finish it?
I did not. And we've never really talked about my feelings on Zelda because it was prior to us starting all of this.
That's right. Yeah, we should get into that because I want to buy a Switch at some point, but it seems like Zelda might not be the reason for that.
I mean, I don't. Did you really want me to talk about this right now? Because I can.
Oh no, sorry.
I can segue. No, it's fine. I can do that.
It's just, I'm actually curious because I'm one of the people that actually have never heard of Stardew Valley before. I mean, I've heard of it being like one of those games that people love, but I have no idea exactly what it is, except that it's exactly like The Sims.
Oh my God, Ben.
No.
Every time you say that, I just feel a part of myself die. A little bit.
I know, I can feel that too. It's pretty palpable.
It is so not at all like The Sims. Oh God! So for the
Dragon Crown? Okay.
Yeah, yes, physics demo, just like Dragon Crown. So for the listening audience, if you are at all familiar with the Harvest Moon series of games, that is what I would most closely compare it to. You are a person, and you can be male or female, which is nice, and customize your little character. You are moving to the country to escape your horrible, hectic city life because your grandpa died and left you a farm. Basically, it was like he left you the deed to the farm with the note on it that said, there will come a time when you're tired of your life, so now you can move out to the country and start this farm.
Oh,
so at least that's not sad.
Start.
There'll be a time when you're tired with your life and you're just going to go out to a tree and never mind. I was like, that's morbid. Was he explaining his thought process of how he died?
No, I think you just made it morbid, but it actually isn't to the game.
It's your grandpappy here. We're just going to go ahead and get ready to...
Well, it starts with him dying, which is like great.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Good old granddad. Kicks the bucket, leaves you the farm, and
Yes.
and at some point, you decide to move out there, and it is a dilapidated little farm when you show up. There's all this crap in the field, stumps and logs and rocks and stuff, and you have to clean it up, and then you can start planting crops, and you farm those crops to make more money, and then you can upgrade your house and get buildings on your farm to get animals.
What kind of crops do you have to worry about?
Oh, there's all kinds that you can pick from. I played on PC for a little bit too. It's my first foray into that kind of games too, and I really liked it. So I'm with Jen on it. It's got a certain charm to it.
Yeah, I remember last year or the year before that, you said you were pretty damn hooked on it, right?
Yeah, for several weeks, and then I don't remember. I don't remember what made me stop, but I got pretty far in.
And see, I didn't. I played maybe into summer of the first year.
Oh, okay.
And that's about as far as I got. But it's not because I didn't like it, because it's basically like the new version of Harvest Moon, And I've been playing Harvest Moon since the first one came out on the Super Nintendo all those many years ago. So this is definitely a long-standing thing for me. I love these games, and you try to explain it to people, and you're like, well, so you farm crops, and then you can buy animals, and then you take care of the animals. And, yeah.
Sounds like Farmville.
No.
That's what I said, right?
Oh my god, I hate you so much.
That's unfair to it.
I hate you so much.
There's a relaxing part to it because yes, like you've got that farm routine where you have to get all this stuff done before sundown and be ready for the next day. But you're also trying to become friends with the people who live in the city because they've got errands or there's things that they need. You're trying to hook up with one over time. So I'm making it sound like The Sims, but it's really not.
I was going to say it's like Farmville meets The Sims.
You really have to kind of play it to experience it. It's like to compare it to those two isn't fair. It really makes it sound
totally
cheap.
kidding. I
know you are, but still, we're not selling it well enough. I don't think.
I don't know how to sell it well enough is the problem. Like, it does not sound that good when you hear it described. There's a mine that you can go down into and explore, and you get like minerals and metals and stuff like that you can then use to upgrade your tools and that kind of thing.
So you can craft things that you mine?
Yes, but it is not at all like Minecraft. Don't even. Every game that you have compared it to, Ben, it is not even remotely like.
Hey, I'm not comparing it. I'm just saying names. That's all. If it sounds like I'm comparing, it's not. Those aren't my words.
So, if I'm getting this so far,
take it home, Josh. Take it home.
You get a letter from old granddad, and all of a sudden you have a farm.
Yep.
And whenever you get to that farm, there's like rocks and shit all over the place, and you just kind of look around. And for me, that would be like, nope. And then after you get done with that, you have to worry about making all these crops. And then once that's done, you're basically going through trying to hook up with somebody in the neighborhood, just kind of.
Oh man, that's the best recap
Okay,
I've heard.
let's see how much longer he can go.
How much farther I can go with this? Jeez.
Yeah, come on, keep going.
I'm waiting for the rest.
Well, let's see here. I mean, at that point, once you get ready to do the this part, And you just have to go from that to making sure you give them the... Wait, no, that's a little different. I guess you'd have to... Lots of farming involved in there, and then you have to... Is there really much else to it? I mean, outside of the mine, not too much there.
Well, do you get to raise a family? Do you get to get married and have kids?
I don't know. Dan, do you get to have kids? I don't remember.
I know you can get married. I don't think... No, I didn't make it to that point. But I don't know if you can have kids or not. I know that you can also go fishing, too. That's another thing.
Oh, yeah, the fishing.
Fishing?
But, yeah, check it out.
Craft lures or anything like that? Do you have any, special things you can make lures out of?
Oh, shit.
I just think that you guys should know.
Thank you so much for bringing this game into our lives, Jen.
The amount of shit that I am taking for this game right now is actually more than the amount of shit than the first time I played it and talked about it on the previous podcast that I was a part of.
It's palpable.
It's palpable.
Yeah.
I hate you.
No, but seriously, I definitely. It sounds interesting. It sounds like something because I love The Sims, and I'm not comparing it, but it seems like it's one of those games that you're kind of controlling your avatar and trying to, make your guy or your gal as badass as possible and have this badass farm with this, marijuana farm or whatever it is.
Yes.
So after the marriage courting thing goes on, is there anything else you have to do after that, or is that the end goal?
There's no real end goal. That's the thing. It's very open-ended.
Gotcha.
You're just living this life.
So there's no Stardew Valley divorce court where they're like,
it was at this moment Jackson knew. Fucked up.
Oh, God.
Jen, don't kill him, please. Don't kill him.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, I gave the game a shot, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's worth looking into. If you think it might be up your alley, check it out.
We know at least one person here who's absolutely not interested.
It's more fun than these two other guys are.
It really is.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Ben. I'm sorry that you're not interested in it at all.
Well, Jen, how would you describe the graphics? Because from what I saw, it was kind of like a Link to the Pasty, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of the graphics?
Kind of.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it has that very 16-bit feel to it.
Right. Not as good as The Sims, but I definitely appreciate it.
No, it does not look like The Sims. Not even the first one. Anyway, I like it. It's funner than Josh would have you believe, because he doesn't know a damn thing about anything.
At all.
Did you finish Final Fantasy IX?
No, I did not.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's an endeavor.
Oh, really? It's a long one?
Yeah. If I managed to finish that in a week, I probably didn't leave the house. Or get up to go to the bathroom. Or anything. So. Anything else? Oh my god, I hate you guys. Anything else about...
That was Dan. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, that was totally me.
Collectively, I hate you all. Even though Dan was on my side a minute ago.
Guess who?
Do you people listening see what I go through? This is my life now.
Hey, you keep coming back.
I know. I don't know why.
Coming back and hosting this. You run this.
So, did you guys get all the Samus returns out of your system for a little bit, or any further run through that, or? You guys were super excited about that last time around.
Them's fighting words.
Oh man, I haven't laughed this hard in a long time, and I haven't even had my.
There you go.
I don't even know what's happening now. No, it is not out of my system.
Oh.
I haven't. I think I played it at the beginning of the week until Stardew Valley came out. So, I mean, it's in there too. But Moving on.
Actually, I am curious real quick if you guys have played Star Fox 2 at all, because, I think, Dan, I think I read one of your messages saying that it didn't age well, but I was wondering that because I remember the first Star Fox, comparing it to 64 was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I unlocked 2 on the Classic, because I have to actually play a bit of the first one to get the second one to open up. But I haven't fired it up yet. But yeah, as much as I loved the first Star Fox, it's a little rough to play now. If anything, because of the frame rate, it's just kind of.
I remember
game
that.
Just kind of feels choppy. Like it's just because of what we're used to now. But no, I can't say I've tried 2 out yet. But I'm excited to see if anything what it was like as a failed experiment ultimately, because it never really released.
I haven't really. I have my SNES Classic now, but I haven't really played that much on it. I did fire up. I think I started Super Metroid, and I looked at Star Fox and I considered it, but I was like, I don't know. I know it used to be fun. I actually. I was thinking about. I was thinking about it, and it's funny how things change, because back when it was new, there's I think it's like the 3rd level on that first, like the path that it defaults you down. Like the 3rd level, there's a spot at the end where you like fly into a ship and then it swirls all around and you're flying through these hallways and it twists around and it's crazy.
Yeah. I remember that now.
That used to make me so nauseous as a kid.
No way.
Yeah. It did. It really did.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, I can't look at this. This is bad.
Look at the file too.
Yes. And it's just
I've gotta
funny.
Go get to that level now.
Yeah, it's just funny looking at it now. Like, it's so different. I'm playing Destiny and everything is like that. Get this guy off me.
Do a barrel roll.
Yes, if you compare it to Star Fox 64, I mean, that one still feels very modern, but I found it a little rough to get back to the Super NES one as much as I loved it back in the day.
Yeah.
Right. So I can feel I can totally get that.
Yeah, but once I've tried Star Fox 2, I'll definitely chime in on it. Hopefully Jen will have 2 by then.
Yes, I will I'll make it a point to actually fire that up and give it a shot. It's just the controller cables are short. They're not as short as the NES, but they are still short. Short to reach from the couch. So,
maybe this might be a little early because, we talked about the whole extra pieces thing. But I am seeing on some GameStop websites, some stuff through Best Buy, that they have wireless SNES Classic controllers out now.
They're expensive though. It's like $70 for a pair, and I'm going, okay.
The extension was like $10-15.
Jeez.
Yeah, I saw one the other day where they were they were selling the controller. They had black ones and red ones and blue ones and all this sort of stuff, and they were like $20. Let me find out where that is again.
Yeah, maybe it depends on the brand.
$70 for a wireless controller for the SNES Classic?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was for a pair of them, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a pair.
Okay. Well, still, though, geez, you put another $70 there and you have yourself a cheap scuff controller.
Yeah, or you can buy. I think they sell adapters too, so that you can actually hook up the original Super NES controllers up to it, which will be cheaper, and that they have longer cables too.
Yeah. But yeah.
Anyway, $70 is a little steep, I think, for 2 controllers when the whole system costs $80.
Yeah.
Well, supply and demand, man. People, I'm sure, are buying it still.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
So that brings me to the other thing that I downloaded a demo of.
Battlefront?
No, I did not download that. I have heard that that's terrible, though.
That's not terrible. It's just, to be fair, full disclosure, I never played Battlefront for more than like 4 or 5 matches, and I just, it's not my cup of tea. So this was just a reskinned Battlefront.
Yes. It's basically a prettied up Battlefront one. But
I think Josh said it that way. That's the best way to describe it.
Yes.
Yep.
Can I just let me get this out?
Sure.
And then we can move on to the next person in line here who has a lot of stuff to talk
Jen.
about.
Go ahead.
So I downloaded the demo for, what is this monstrosity? Gran Turismo
Yeah.
Sport?
Yes. It's so pretty.
I will give it that.
Chalice. Very chalice.
Chalice.
It is pretty. It is cars.
Yeah.
Cars and driving and stuff.
Yes. It does. It has some semblance of multiplayer in that Josh and I raced one lap around a track before we.
I forgot to make it more than one lap.
Was this a demo or a beta? An open beta?
It's marked as a demo.
Yeah, but it's like a full game trial.
Yeah.
Huh.
So if you played any of the earlier ones and liked them.
Shout out to Dan's brother. He's a big fan.
Yeah, exactly. I was just talking about that before we started recording. That
Chris, I'm talking about you, boy.
Yeah, he's heading back home. He must be home now, and I bet he's already on. I'll actually have to check on the PlayStation apps if he's online, but you guys go ahead.
So go ahead, Jen.
I don't know. I didn't do badly on the few things that I did.
What car did you choose to race with, if you don't mind me asking?
Fuck if I know. It's whatever they
with
gave
the beta.
me.
Yeah, with the little beta demo thing here, they give you a car. So I think she had like a.
It's a Hyundai.
That's right. Well, yeah, you had one of those. I got lucky enough to get a little Honda CRX or. Yeah.
I want to try this.
I think it was I don't think it was an NSX, but it was.
I think it was actually.
It might have been.
I think it
I'd
was.
have to go back and look it up. I got all.
It's no SEX, but
video thing.
Totally.
Yes, it's not an SEX, but. Yeah.
I love talking about cars with people because I just start shouting out numbers and letters, and it somehow makes sense. 66.6 liters and 54 horsepower. Not that much, but the WXY Hemi something.
That's how I feel with my brother too.
I have no idea what we're even talking about.
Xbox One X, X1, 1X1, X01.
Oh man.
Sport.
The Xbox One version of the GT Sport is going to be amazing.
So I'm going to let Josh take it from there because I played and I didn't hate it. I expected to hate it, so that's a pleasant surprise in the right direction. I did not hate it.
I will, without completely fanboying the hell out of all this. I mean, I'll try to keep it relatively calm. But whenever I played the original Gran Turismo all the way up through, I want to say 3. Whatever version they let off for, like right after they got done with PS2 and started going into PS3 was where I stopped. But I'm not a huge fan of some of the other racing games out there because it almost feels like whenever you're steering the screen instead of the car. So, it almost has that feel on those other games where you're not really, getting the experience where you feel like you're driving the car. The way this game is set up, the driver physics and how you're supposed to drive and how you can shift gears and accelerating and braking and everything, like it literally seems as if you were in a car and you had to steer and like what you would expect out of the car if you oversteer a certain way or, gas and brake a certain way while you're steering a different direction and all that sort of stuff. It's like they thought about all that.
Nice. Is there VR support for it? Because
it is, actually.
Oh, nice. Because I've always thought of all things, this is what VR would be for.
Yeah, they reference it. I don't know because I don't have the VR. If it is a part, I saw something in the demo that referenced the VR, so I believe that there is even like a demo spot for that. But I couldn't tell you what the experience would be like. Just maybe I'll get a hold of Ryan and see if he still has his PSVR and just borrow it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that'd be that. Yeah, I don't think he's using it.
But they have the old school thing for those of you that really didn't like it because of the driving school. Unfortunately, they have the driving school. Or if you're like me, which I love that stuff, just because if you focus long enough to get through the driving school, you learn so much about the physics of, pro driving and things like that.
I did actually do some of the driving school stuff. It was like drive in a straight line and cross the finish line. I was like, I can do this. I've got this one.
The basics, the basics, they start off with that, so you get used to how your car revs up and how to take advantage of that, and how you don't want to just jam the gas the whole time and hope it works out. You can get used to where your car is going to rev at, and you can adjust that and help out with your takeoffs. And then you get further down, and it's like braking. So if you have a car that's, a cheap car or an earlier car, it's going to brake and not be as fast. But if you get into the point where you hit the supercars, like I think like there's like fifth or sixth one down the line, they give you a Bugatti, and they're like, here, take off really fast in this, and then try to stop. And it's like you have to remember to stop at the right spot so you don't overshoot the there's like a path or like a small square of area that you have to stop in. So if you overshoot it, you fail. If you stop too early, your time doesn't go through. If you stop like right on point, you have to do it where you take off and stop at a certain point within a certain amount of time to get your benefits. And then once you get past all that stuff, it goes into turns where it's like having you hammer in there and stay on your throttle and take this turn without running off the track and without spinning out and still get to the finish line in a certain amount of time. And they just keep building and building and building to where you're driving through, you're staying all over the place, out of bounds. You're not spinning out all over the place, and you're just getting used to being an actual, driver. And,
right.
Once you get to that point, it's such a fun game.
Yeah, it's a shame people don't like that, because that's kind of like the tutorial, which makes you enjoy the game afterwards because you're able to play it the way it's meant to be played.
Well, so I was having some fun going through all that. And then we did about 30 practice laps because I forgot that there was practice until you push the start button. And,
I know. I just kind of stopped. I was like, okay, we have done like 20 laps and I am done with this now.
Yep. And then I found the start button and I hit that, and then it was one lap.
It was really kind of disappointing. A whole lot of build up with very little payoff.
Yeah. So, and then I went back and I was like, oh, let me change this to 10 laps. And then Jen was gone. I was like, okay.
Well, it was time.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Maybe we can do another 10 laps of racing after we're done here.
There we go. Well, between that, and that was kind of the exciting one, and I'm actually kind of hyped up for this, so this might be something I got to put on my list. Outside of that, I did play the Battlefront 2 demo, or the open beta. I was not impressed. This may also stem from the fact that I was not a huge fan of Battlefront 1. And it's such a great idea of having these things, having these graphics, and the ability to have all of these multiplayer maps and all these characters that you can use, and all the weapons and vehicles and everything that you can use. And you can never use them at the same time. You can never use any of this stuff in some of the battles. It's like you're either taking an air battle or you're on the ground. There's neither, like, you can't do multiples. And it doesn't seem like there's like a linear story. Everything even back to the Rogue Squadron days, it was like, here's this mission that has nothing in the timeline. It's just, hey, take this thing and fly a couple circles around a walker and try to knock it down.
Oh, yeah. They never did they have a campaign in the first one at all? I don't think they did. It was all like individual.
Yeah, it was all little individual missions and things like that. And I played it with one of my kids hanging around, and he was super excited because in Battlefront 1, they had, if you were on the dark side, you could pick Boba Fett or Darth Vader or Emperor Palpatine, and then everybody else was little stormtrooper guys. Or if you were on the light side, it was Han Solo or Princess Leia or Luke Skywalker. But in this one, they have a number of other characters. I think there's like 6 characters on either side, the light side or the dark side, depending on which group you had. One of them was Darth Maul. So I was like, all right, cool. You get to roam around with a double-sided lightsaber. And it was literally just like reskinned. I can run around. I can force push a couple people out of the way. I can, like turbo run at somebody and then slash them a couple of times with a lightsaber. It just seemed like it was the same all over again. And it's funny because they got John Boyega to do the little introduction to the game. And they're like, oh, we have all this other stuff and these other things that you can do, but you're limited to these 3 things in the beta. And it's like, okay. But then you start playing the beta and it's like, well, this is what I could do in the first one. And, so let me try this outer space, starfighter thing where you get to go through this. Oh, that's just pretty much what I did in the first one. And I was saddened. So I will not be purchasing that. Sorry for any of you Battlefront fans.
I'm not interested.
So don't let me, if you are a fanboy or girl of the Battlefront series and you love your Star Wars, go get in there, do your thing. I will not look badly upon you. I just won't be joining your party.
What's the consensus been? I think you and Jen were talking about people being pretty disappointed with it, right?
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of disappointment from the people that I know that they literally just say it looks like reskinned. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's something that's just not in the beta that they're going to have that makes it that much, much better. But it literally, to me, looks like, we're going to throw a bunch of just little side missions that you have to get a X score or finish it in X amount of time to get 3 stars and unlock this, that, whatever. And it looks like it's going to be that all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what I'm seeing outside of the people that were like super fanboy for it. Everybody else who was even just a casual player that I've talked to so far has been kind of like, it looks like it's going to be same. So, outside of that, the other thing I was playing was the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Played a little bit of the story in that. It's I like the characters. I like the way that they like graphically put them together, the fighting style and things like that. The downside I have for that is going to be kind of my big take on where they went from Street Fighter 2 to Street Fighter 3, and they tried to go, in Street Fighter 4 and all that, where they tried to go to these big, graphically updated characters, and they try to do with better 3D models, and it seemed like it slowed the fighting down. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, there's some stuff going on. I fought through some of the missions and everything like that, but the controls seem to be a little slow. Like, I'm one of those people, like, I used to button mash and then I figured out how to do some of the stuff, and I'm trying to go through moves and it's like I can't chain stuff together because I have to finish one move and then wait for the animation to be finishing before I can start into the next move to chain into it. And it's like, frustration. So, but some of the characters look good. I mean, the ability to tag in and out characters, having 2 characters on a team, being able to chain supers together and things like that was pretty fun. Don't get me wrong. It's something that I might play later on down the line if it gets a little further on the cheaper side of things. Right. But right now, since it just came out and it's not quite on that cheaper side of things, I'm probably going to wait for a good bit. That and, who knows? Maybe it'll go down a little faster. They had the bright idea that Capcom was going to have these live action fighter setups whenever the game came out, where all these people could just go in and enter, and then they were going to be into this multiplayer, could win a cool prize dealio, and they were doing it at a couple different gaming conventions, and one of them was in, I want to say Norway, might have been Sweden, one of those places. And 13 people signed up for the tournament.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah. So they went from one in California that 400 and some people signed up for. It was even still a little lower than they were expecting for this. It was kind of like a smaller E3, if you will. So they even had a smaller than expected turnout for that. Yeah. But then when they went to this other European, lowbrow E3, it was like 13 people.
Yeah, exactly. That had to hurt too. They were like, "Oh my god."
There it is.
I'm just worried with the number of characters that they took out of that just to get the game looking all cool. I'm wondering if that's going to make people make some of it suffer because they took out a number of characters that people love to use.
The favorites, yeah.
Yeah, and readjusted them with other characters that people were just kind of like, okay. So,
well, it's all good, man. You'll be playing GT, so it's
yeah. That's pretty much going to be it. Awkward silence.
Awkward silence. Well, I am going to. Oh, that was very piercing. That noise. Ouch.
Thanks for clarifying. Sorry.
Anyway, I will probably try Gran Turismo some more again just to see if I can get into it and be excited.
One more again.
Okay, boys. That was a lot of stuff.
That was, yes.
Well, I think, to be fair, we definitely got a lot deeper into our games that are kind of relevant, too, so.
Yeah,
I mean,
no arguments there.
Don't be mad at us, Dan.
An observation, not a criticism.
Don't be mad at us, Dan.
I'm mad.
Sorry, man.
I'm so
fuming right now.
I'm so angry.
Sorry.
You have no idea.
I need some milk.
He needs some milk. Do you guys want to try to delve into another topic? How do we feel? Because we did have peripherals on the agenda.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to try out my Kontrol Freeks. We'll have to see how they do.
Well, let's start there because Kontrol Freeks is a pretty well-known, easy thing to get around with that. I mean, I finally broke down and bought a set, and they are a little bit more comfortable on the thumbs. I bought one of the was the FPS, not PFS. Sorry guys, but the FPS Infernos, which are the red ones. They have little spiral, almost like if you think of like peppermint candy. That's the kind of imprint that they have in there, and oddly enough, that has just enough grip, and it doesn't make my thumbs hurt after a long period of time. They're just soft enough to be comfortable
for your delicate thumbs.
So you have the Vortex ones, I think.
The texture, you mean?
Are they orange?
No, they're red.
They're red. They
Yeah.
look like, let's see. I'm actually just kind of browsing their site here. They have so many.
Yeah, it's almost absurd how many they have.
Yeah.
And they have specialty ones for the different games too. I think Dan has the Destiny ones.
I have two different
COD
Destiny
ones.
ones even.
I have two different Destiny ones too.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
No, I get the ones. Enough. I think the ones I got were actually the ones that were the Call of Duty ones. Let me look them up here real quick.
I know. I'm just kind of scrolling through what
ones did you get?
Me or Ben?
Ben.
Oh, I've been kind of skeptical of the Kontrol Freeks for a while. I know Dan's always said that they were just amazing. He's had a couple different sets, and that's what kept me kind of always debating and saying, maybe I'll have to try this out because I've always been.
He's just admitting that he doesn't trust me.
No,
on air.
It's not true. I've repeatedly advocated for your recommendations on air as well, my friend.
That's true.
Well,
I'm kidding.
I'm the one.
I got
I'm the one, arguably, that he doesn't trust.
Kontrol Freek Alpha Chode. It's the little tiny ones. They're not raised at all. So I think it's a good intro to see exactly where I am with the comfort level or whatever. Because the thing I didn't want was for the thumbsticks to get too tall because, I don't know, that seems a little excessive. But these are, I think, the perfect height. The alphas. I think I said chode there. I'm sorry. Appropriate.
I was kind of lingering on that. Really? Did they call them chode?
I'm so glad it was believable.
It's let me Google
let me
this.
see here. The alpha funny. Chode. Yes. The little chode. Oh, I'm sorry. Battle chodes. There you go.
Well, which ones do you have, Jen?
I have 3 different sets actually. So I have the original Destiny ones, which have the little, I guess that's the ship, the little Destiny symbol on them, and they are short.
The ship. Gotcha.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? The little symbol that goes next to the Destiny thing, and I think it was always supposed to be a ship, but it looks a little phallic to me.
The Destiny FPS ones, right? Because I think they had those and the Galaxy, which are one of the ones that I have.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, Galaxy is also Destiny.
I didn't know the Galaxy ones were Destiny. I thought it was
just a color.
I think they released them and kind of said they were for Destiny because they were all spacey-like. But those were my first set, and I got the Ghost ones recently.
Yeah,
which are definitely Destiny because they're the Ghost.
Yes, I have the Ghost ones as well. Those are the ones that I'm using now on the controller that I use the most. I also have. What?
Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask if they were your favorites, the Ghost.
I mean, I like them better than the other Destiny ones because they have so they're they're the Ghost, so they have like the pointy ghost texture to them, I guess, which is not at all
pointy.
the right. Yes, it's pointy. So it's like concave and convex at the same time. So I have them adjusted slightly different from each thumb.
Gotcha.
Because we're poking the Ghost in his eye every time we touch our controllers.
That's right. Get that optical sensor.
It's like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Ooh. Now, the ones that you guys have, do they raise the thumbsticks at all, or are they like flush with the original thumbstick?
They raise it a little bit by default, but the Destiny ones and the Ghost ones are both, I think, the shortest. Like, if you look at the Kontrol Freek's site, it'll tell you, like, the ones that are different heights, and they have, like, 3 levels of them. I think they're both the first level. I do also have the Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Like, why? I did no specific reason for Call of Duty, because I've never even played Call of Duty, but that was the ones I think they had at the time when I was in the market to buy these. They do actually raise the right thumbstick. And I really liked that. I took it off after a while when I got the Destiny ones just because I like the design on the Destiny ones better. But I keep meaning to put them back on and try it again with the higher thumbstick. Because it does make a difference.
Yeah, I just put mine in the chat.
I sent you guys a picture. Are they taller than that one?
Let's see.
Because I think these are the shortest, and I think it was like the only one that was like the shortest possible. It like goes right on top of it.
Yeah, the regular Destiny ones are the same as those.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
So if you look at...
Yeah, I can't get over how comfortable they are. I mean, they're so soft, and the grip, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think like the original, like fresh out of the box controller had this kind of grip.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I didn't like about the DualShock 4 in general. I went for the Galaxy ones first because they were 2 different heights, and that way I figured I could pick which one I like best and stick to that, or, if I didn't use both.
Right.
Because one of them is a mid-rise that they consider it. I'm checking the specs on their own site right now. So mid-rise is 6 millimeters, and the high-rise is 10. So for the left stick, you'd use the shorter of the 2, and then for precision shooting, you have the taller one on the right stick to have more leverage. And I found that high-rise one a little too uncomfortable after playing for long sessions because, your thumb really feels like it's, it's a fair bit away from the controller. Yeah. That being said, the Ghost ones are both the same height, and they're, I want to say, if not exactly the same, very close to the mid-rise stick of the Galaxy one, and I find those are my most comfortable ones. Both in terms of grip and just the height, I'm really happy with them.
Nice.
Because that added leverage definitely does help for accuracy, and especially in Crucible where it counts more. I find like where you want to be able to turn quickly and be accurate with your shots too.
Very nice.
Yeah, I never had a problem. The person who got me into Kontrol Freeks in the first place, he had ones. I want to say his right stick was one of the, I don't know if it was a mid-rise or the tallest one, but he actually started having like carpal tunnel issues with them. And I never had any problems, but I will say switching from the first Destiny ones to the Ghost ones, it was just enough, like with the little points, like it was just enough of a difference that apparently like my right thumb got moody about it. But that didn't last long, and I'm okay with them now. I don't know. I think it was just the adjustment, and maybe the way I was holding the controller or something.
So you don't find that the ghost shape is hindering at all?
I actually really like it because it gives you the additional, instead of just a flat or even slightly concave surface, there's some grip there because your thumbs can kind of rest in the grooves between the points.
Yep, I'll agree with that. For my 2 sets, I find that I have the most grip with the Ghost one. It's like, it doesn't look like it would be the most comfortable, but I find it is.
Yeah. That's interesting, yeah. I love these just because, I think all of ours are concave, which is a huge plus because, thinking back to the PS3 days, man, were those sticks a pain in the ass.
I hated that controller so much.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think that, man, I love these things. I'm so glad I bought them. And I haven't even played with them. I'm just been, fingering the thumbsticks for a little bit, so. My bad, guys.
The trick to try with them too is if they do add a little bit of height, try to kick up your sensitivity by a notch or maybe even 2 in what you're playing and see if you can adjust to that. Because that little extra leverage will keep you from having to whip your stick left and right. I think there's another. That's what she said right there.
Like this conversation is.
Yeah, like you'll be able to
I whip my stick
fine-tune.
back and forth. I whip my stick back and forth.
Just see if you're able to, practice getting your headshots more quickly that way, and the advantage of being able to turn, like, do 360s faster in Crucible for close quarter stuff. That's at least one of their selling points, which is what they're trying to argue, is that you're able to do that better.
Gotcha.
So it's worth a shot. I played sensitivity 5 instead of 3 that I used to play on.
And I think mine is even higher. I don't know off the top of my head what I keep it at, but I think it's higher than that.
Yeah, I think mine's at 5 or 6. So.
Right now.
So with all that, I mean, Kontrol Freeks will help you out. Like, Dan was talking about just being higher, so it cuts down on the actual excess movement that you get with the thumbstick. Ben, I know you love your Division controller.
Holy shit, I do.
Have any of you guys used any of the other things like the SCUF controllers or anything like that have the, programmable paddles for the back? So instead of pushing other buttons and stuff.
I'm interested, but they're so expensive.
That's what the Division controller is, really. I mean, it's not called the Division controller. It's made by a company on eBay that I found, XL Team. They sell, different themes, like different games. They'll have Fallout 4 themed controllers, and they have they're basic ones that are just modded, meaning that they have a little button on the back that you can press a certain button configuration while holding down that button, and it'll activate a whole slew of different modifications that you can, put on top of each other, like auto sprint. Basically, you don't have to click the stick anymore. Auto fire, which is basically like a turbo button. You can make it automatically jump for you every time that you aim down sights, or it's a whole bunch of different compensators. They're mainly for Call of Duty and Battlefield games, but they're starting to branch out to Destiny now, so they've released a whole bunch of different ones, and they're a lot cheaper than SCUF. And that's how I got mine, is I got interested in that, and just when I was buying it is when they started releasing the ones that came with the paddles, too, that are also reprogrammable, so I have...
SCUFs are not cheap.
Yeah, they're definitely... Oh, God, no. But yeah, you can... Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I have my crouch on one paddle and my triangle. So basically crouching and switching weapons on my paddles, and it's amazing. So
yeah. I saw somebody that they were competitive gaming, and they got enough, or were good enough that they got themselves a sponsorship, and whoever their sponsor was, I forget who the company was, they basically sent them a SCUF controller. And they said it was like a whole new world because they had gone from, your regular, controller figuration to trying to play with, any of you guys that are out there with the first person shooter side of the world doing like the claw technique. and trying to adjust from regular to using claw technique with your hands, and then in turn adjusting that back to like regular and using the paddles on the back, was such an interesting switch to go back and forth from. But once they adjusted to the paddles on the back and having it be some of those buttons that you have to take your fingers away from, the shoot buttons or the aim down sight buttons or any of that stuff, it was like just worlds of improvement. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, because there were like, if I'm not sure if everybody knows what the whole claw technique thing was or not, but
it just looks painful.
I can't do it. Yeah, like my hands don't do that very well.
Yeah, I don't even. I probably could, but I don't even want to try it because if anything's gonna give you carpal tunnel, that would be. Yeah. Essentially, you have to curl your index finger over your 4 right buttons.
Right. So you
and that's what hits it, like with your knuckles and stuff like that. You're really sitting there with like making
oh god.
Exactly.
You basically hit the triggers like with your middle finger, and then the sides of your index fingers do all of the other buttons, and then you have the thumbsticks.
I've seen different people do different ways, but I've seen somebody who was really adept at it that basically it was a game where your weapon switch was triangle and your reload was square. And basically they were using their middle fingers and their ring fingers to do the 4 triggers on the top. And they were curling their index fingers over to do the D-pad if they had anything on like the up stick on the D-pad. And then also the ammo switch or the reload and also weapon switch they were doing with the index fingers. So if you can imagine adding 2 more fingers to figure out something to do with the top of your controller, you know, that's what they jump to. And I tell you what, I was never good at it with actual like first person shooter stuff, but whenever they came out with Sparrow Racing for Destiny in D1, oddly enough, that was helped me out a lot with all the little jumps back and forth and things like that, where you can hit the buttons to make your Sparrow jump side to side and keep from hitting obstacles.
Interesting. I just changed my like when I started playing Titanfall 2, I changed my my controller configuration to the bumper jumper, and that's been plenty for me.
And I think
like even in Destiny, because that the whole idea is that you never want to leave you want your fingers to never leave your thumbsticks. So by switching your jump to L1, you're not taking your thumb off of your right stick to jump with X. So it's a bit of an adjustment at first, but you get that ability to be able to jump and land headshots at the same time because you can aim while you're also jumping without taking your fingers off of anything.
Yeah.
That's a big improvement.
I'm planning to try that. I just keep forgetting to set it up, and then we're always like raiding or nightfall or something where you don't want to fuck up your control scheme.
Yeah, I tried on something that's not important, but it didn't take me that long to readjust. Like maybe a day or two. Just
I was going to ask how long. Oh, okay, I got you.
But yeah, like I wouldn't worry about raiding too much because it's not like we have that many jump puzzles except for the gauntlet in Destiny 2. But that's the only thing that comes to mind. But there is a workaround too. If you don't want to buy a scuff and you do want the paddles, I saw one YouTuber, I forget his name right now. I'd love to reference him. But they make there's a company that's called Collective Minds. They make the PS4 Strike Pack FPS Dominator. Long name for essentially a thing that just adds 2 paddles onto your controller.
Box 1 X.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it's $40, like $40 US instead of $200 for a scuff controller that you pretty much latch onto your DualShock 4. The only downside is you have to play wired with a USB cable for it to be able to recognize the extra 2 paddles that it adds. But it's a possible workaround instead of shelling out a lot of money on a scuff, or at least to try something similar.
Yeah, when you shared that at first, I was kind of skeptical, but then I did more research and watching video reviews of it about people on Amazon, and man, it looks amazing. Like, it works so well, and it has the mods too. I don't know if you knew that, but like, it has the turbo mods, the auto fire mods, all the mods that come with the basically the eBay controllers, because the scuff controllers don't have those mods because it's just straight up paddles and, you know, different kinds of padding and everything that they have. But it's like the best of both worlds for $40, and you know, it's great. Apparently, like, everyone loves it. You know, it has great customer service. It said it's, you know, the build quality, everything of it's great. And you just buy a micro USB cable, like the Amazon ones, for $4. They get like 15 feet, and that's it. I mean, you're set. So
Yeah, I'm not on the market
Great
for one, but I
recommendation.
figured if I got a gift card or something for Amazon to try one out, I might be tempted.
I would definitely advocate for them. I mean, I think you're specifically used to Bumper Jumper now, but I think it's great to be able to like switch back and forth because I have when I'm playing PvE, I'll have my crouch and my change weapons buttons mapped to the paddles, but when it's PvP, I'll change the crouch to jump. Because man, you're right. The ability to be able to jump and aim at the same time is the difference between, -1 or not -1, but like 1.0 KD and a 3.0 KD kind of thing. You know?
Yep, absolutely. If you learn to play vertically, it's a godsend.
Yeah. Totally.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we could go into peripherals for a long period of time just because, I mean, heck, all the way back to the Power Glove, if you will. And I was actually the happy owner of a Rob back in the NES days. But,
I think, we can maybe
What's a Power Glove?
Oh, no. We can revisit that at another time. It's so bad.
Yeah, we could make this a recurring segment for a few weeks to delve into one different peripheral every show.
Yeah.
Today in history.
There's just so much to talk about.
There's an idea. I know there's a lot out there, But anyway,
We just spent 20 so minutes on thumbsticks.
on Thumbtack.
Seriously, what is a Power Glove?
Who'da thunk?
Is it a peripheral? Like, is it a gaming thing?
yes,
Gotcha.
Oh, Ben.
more to come. Just a little tease. Till next week, kids.
Yeah, until next time. Yes, I think.
Just the tip.
And with that, I think we're gonna sign off.
Agreed.
See you
Thanks
next
for
week.
listening, guys. Episode 10.
Peace out.